Hey, welcome back to another episode for Life for Living Well. My name is Richard. Before I dive into the topic that I have for us this week, I do like to say if you'd like to know one or two things about this community, you can check it out on our website on www.lifeforlivingwell.com. We have books, we have articles that we release every week. We have the community members that they put a review about the books that they read and the books have impacted their life in a positive way. You can join those communities for free, and all you have to do is sign up with your email, and we'll be able to push out the article that we release every week, and those articles is also what we use on the podcast. And if you do miss any of our podcast, you can see the last three episodes on the website as well. If you go to the podcast page, and then you can listen to it while you are doing whatever you're doing background. Maybe you tidy up your house or do a garden walk, or you're going for a walk, you can listen to it. Please do share the website, do share the podcast with your friends and family. Do share, and the more people we share it, the more we grow the community and is able to help anyone that find the content very useful. So let's dive into it without taking much of our time. So the topic that I have this week is the continuation that we started for this series, is looking how we can use traveling as a part of tools for development, for growth, for awareness, for understanding, for healing. So you don't really realize how much you can take out of engaging in traveling. You can use it as a tool for a process of healing. You can also use it as a tool of exploration, of understanding yourself, know your limit, know your strength, because you might be thinking like you cannot do a thing until you actually do it, and you realize that you are much more better in it, and can only improve and increase your confidence as a person and self-assure of yourself. That's also we cascading down to your self-worth. So the topic for this week is what I call 5 things being in Norway will teach you. And like we normally do, before we dive into the actual topic itself, we try to take one individual quote and use that quote to build our message around it, and so inspire us to be where we want to be. So I will be taking from Mark Twain, especially for this particular topic. And Mark Twain put it this way: travel is fatal to prejudice, bigotry, and narrow-mindedness, and many of our people need it solely on this account. Broad, wholesome, charitable views of men and things cannot be acquired by vegetating in one little corner of the heart or one's lifetime. You cannot spend your lifetime to imagine how what it is without really experiencing it. You cannot spend all your time looking at the world based on your own limited perspectives, and you believe that that's how things are. You bound to cross over to other people. You bound to abuse. You bound to do things that you are not imagining. You even make yourself more vulnerable to be manipulated with people that have a different agenda from you. And what the travel will do is to shatter these unorthodox, unactive beliefs based on your limited perspectives. So, how Norway come to the topic this week? A trip to Norway was well planned in advance to coincide with running the Oslo Marathon. My preparation is to go to Norway to run Oslo Marathon, being one of the flattest surface in the world. And I was looking forward to make one of my possible best finish time. But I also planned it in the way that I wanted to explore the country with the time that I'm being there. And one of the way I do these things is do a bit of research before I travel, and also engaging intentionally with the locals and the other meeting tourists as well, whether in the hotel or in the cafe or in the public places. And if you think about it, it's similar to what supermarket advertise most of the time: buy one get one free. But for me, it truly was a touring package. So what did I mean by this? Because it created an opportunity to participate in a marathon on one of the flattest surfaces around, and a chance to travel and immerse myself in a new country. It turned out to be a fabulous and exciting trip. And I hope that I will be able to justify this claim by the time I finish this article or podcast. Sometimes people physical features can be so similar. Even when you go to the shops, the mannequin, all of them look certain way, and the people you meet, majority of the people you will meet, look certain way. You almost think that they have all come from the same mold, including the manicure in the shop windows. So, before I even arrived to Norway, I've already have an idea what the country is like based on the research that I've done. So the journey started with a clear plan that cover accommodation, travel insurance, and a list of places to visit. And what are the fun parts of visiting Norway? The first step is the planning itself. It's fun when you begin to put the dots together and you are working more like an explorer to confirm what you put together, that it is what it is. And also be more resourceful and balancing available resources with expectation to be prepared to trade off something. That will be something that you will ask yourself, is this essential, or is this fall into would like to have? Is it must do, or is it like to have? But part of the joy is doing all those things. You are making decisions not based on your emotions alone, based on the actual fact and reality for you at that time. So this podcast mostly want to focus on the lesson I took away from that experience. The lesson learned not only from the environment, but also from interactions with the locals and fellow travelers. So let's look at it together. Number one, whether you are in the restaurants or cafe, even the hotel lodge, or even when you know one or two things and you meet two or three people and they invited you to their groups of friends and you hanging out socially, one of the things you firstly will notice here, you'll be surprised. Silence isn't awkward. It is respected here. So, what did I mean by that? I noticed in Norway, people are comfortable with silence. You quickly learn that not every pause needs to be filled. Quiet moment can be just as meaningful as words. If you are someone who feel the need to fill every law in conversation, being in Norway might teach you that it is okay to simply be. For extroverts among us, this might feel unfamiliar, but it's surprisingly doable and refreshing. So, in a world driven by instant gratification and overstimulation, silence can offer clarity, calm, and presence. Number 2 thing Norway will teach you. Nature is a right, not a luxury. Again, what did I mean by this? It is a concept that Norwegians call allemannsretten. I hope I pronounce it well, the way the Norwegian pronounce it. It just simply means the right to roam. You are not restricted. The right to connect, the right to engage with your environment. Means everyone have access to nature. Such as hiking, skiing, adult life are not just hobbies, they are a way of life. So you begin to see nature differently when you witness the deep relationship Norwegians have with it, passed down from one generation to another generation. So, in many cities or many towns or many nations, we often take nature for granted, but in Norway, you find yourself gazing at the sky for stars, appreciating the sunrise, and walking through public parks that feel sad. You start to understand why Norwegians prioritize their connection to the outdoors. And that takes me to number 3, because I'm mindful of time. I do not want this podcast to be stretched out longer than necessary. Number 3, trust runs deep here. People have a minimal security in place. And the relationship that they have with their government and those who govern them. So, from unlocked baby stroller outside cafe to communal fridges and minimal bureaucracy, Norway operates on a remarkable level of trust. You be in another environment, and for you to prove your identity, you probably will need 10, 20 documents, 3 documents sometimes. So it teaches you to trust others. And not only the government, the Norwegian trust, they even show that trust with themselves. That's why their houses are so simple and accessible. And you also develop that trust within yourself. So you don't really overthinking about things that take you away from most things that's more essential for you. Many societies struggle with trust, especially when it comes to leadership or institutions. But in Norway, systems are designed to function well, and people support one another through strong social policy. Here, life doesn't revolve around work. Time off is valued, and people take rest, family, and leisure seriously. And that takes me to number 4. Weather doesn't decide your plans, you do. Fortunately, Norway is one of those countries that cold all the year, and it rain even a lot. You'll be surprised. I was told it wasn't raining when I was there, but I was told that it rained a lot. So Norwegians have a saying, there is no such thing as bad weather, only bad clothing. That is a positive mindset. So when you don't no longer focus on things that you cannot control, you focus on things you can control. You can put on the clothes that are more mindful, more suitable for the environment. I once traveled to Poland during the winter time with a summer shoe and lost one of my toes nail because I disrespect and lack of understanding of the country and the environment that I was going. Immediately the third day, I have to run to the shops and get myself a proper winter shoe. So weather doesn't decide your plans, you do. So in Norway, people don't allow the weather to determine what they want to do. They do. So you learn to stop using weather as an excuse. People don't wait for the rain to stop. They learn to dance in it. I purposely have this quote in my kitchen, sometimes to remind me when to do what needed to be done. There's always a reason why you cannot do a thing. You should always find a reason why you should do it. That is a mindset that you need for 2025. If you really want to start seeing the positive change in you in the next 1 year, 5 years time, something needs to change. It's not necessarily the outside of you need to change. Cool. They believe that you are within yourself need to change first. And everything else will change. It will change because you will take the appropriate actions. So things that you think you cannot do before, you believe you can do it. You will make a move. You will take a step. You take actions. It is a mindset shift. Instead of focusing on what's out of your control, you focus on your own actions and how you respond. You get up and go. And that takes me to our last point that I want to emphasize, illustrating this podcast that I learned observe in Norway. Modesty over hype. You'll be totally surprised that Norway is one of the richest countries in the world. But also the way the country is designed, they also don't spend all their income in one go, whether the government or individual. They tend to be so responsible even for the generation that are not yet arrived. Government can only spend certain money for certain project right now, and they have to invest as well for the future and the generation that has not yet arrived as well. So the law of gentle loving, again, this is another Norwegian word that I hope that I pronounce it well. This law emphasizes humility and community over individualism. Society that over promote individualism, they tend to be more competitive in a way that it doesn't really promote community. Because the suffering of one person is suffering of all. The joy of one is the joy of all. You can only make sure that you have rules and organized society that can make this thing happen. In a chaos and jungle society, this is practically impossible. When the vision people have is just what they can eat today. Whether the government and the people that they govern. Because the government is not fall from the sky. They are representative of the people that they govern. At first, this might feel strange, especially if you come from a culture where status, job titles, and self-promotion are celebrated. But in Norway, there is a beauty in simplicity and understated confidence. At the end, you're more resourceful. At the end, you are not so wasteful with your resources. Because you live your life based on small is enough. You focus a lot on what you need above what you want. Many people struggle to know the difference between what they want and what they need. You see this in government policy, society values, and the way people live, rooted in mutual benefit and long-term thinking, even for generations years to come. And my final thought for this podcast is travel is a powerful tool for self-education, growth, and healing. When embraced with openness and purpose, you will surely see enormous benefit of it. If it's not just doing it for showing up or posting your picture of yourself eating different dishes and cuisine into your Facebook just so people know how rich your life is. If it's only just using it intentionally for education, for pleasure, for growth, and for healing, it is a powerful tool to embrace if we can. Even Norway's largest city, Oslo, reflects this balance. There is calmness in the way Norwegians integrate simplicity, resourcefulness, creativity, and vision into daily life. And if you take anything away from this podcast today, how simple is your lifestyle? How simple is your whole life? Are you able to look at the complexity or so many rituals that you created there that are becoming a source of stress, anxiety, worry, lack of sleep? Maybe you are currently in a serious debt. Have you considered looking into your own lifestyle and see what society have taught you, which is a lie, but they have put you in the enormous problem? You can't change that. What about the resourcefulness? Is there anything that you can fix by yourself without always thinking of buying new things? Is there a way you can make a family house without depending on a credit card? Money is not everything. Today, if you go to a petrol station, they ask you before you pay your bill, will you like to pay 50 pence for the charity? Even though you give money to charity every day or every month for your pay slip. Even your employer, if you don't run your own business, may say they will be taking some money from your salary every month for charity. You come out from supermarket, it's in front of you. If you are the person that already doing giving in your own way to the charity, you should not be pressed or pushed to do it. You should have confidence, you should have peace in your mind to say no. If you're already giving your time to charity or things that you care about in your heart, you should not let the society pressurize you to do the things that will put you in an disadvantaged place. What about creativity? It's not just into how the painting or art, it's also go beyond that. It takes creativity sometimes to get out of the shit hole you might find yourself. It may also take creativity to create a new revenue or income to your life. What about vision? Vision you have for yourself, for your siblings, for your children. Vision that you have for your family that go beyond you. Are you living the truth that you are really your heart touch? These are the things that I want you to take away from this podcast. And you can see that because of all these 14 that I put down, it's mirror in public policy, supported by trust and collective spirit of the Norwegians, the people and the government. Norway teaches you that happiness doesn't come from having more, but from appreciating what you have. How often do we give thanks, even for the glass of water, even having a moderate temperature or weather, even the air that we breathe every day? I hope this message helps someone. Until we meet again, please stay safe and have a wonderful week. Ciao.